welcome to our Plugs Community Connection. I am your host, DJ Kitty Cat, with my sister co-host, Miss Morningstar on WKRA 92.7 FM The Change. If you're looking for the best in news, current events, community outreach programs, and shopping connections, you've come to the right place. We've got a great mix of content and community connections lined up for you this evening, along with special guest interviews. So, grab your favorite drink of choice, turn up the volume, and let's get into it.
Good morning, WKRA 92.7 The Change. It is your morning host and co-host, DJ Kitty, Miss Morningstar, and we are from Our Plugs, a community connection. And today is Thursday. Good morning, good morning, good morning to our folks out there in Holly Springs, Mississippi, and Memphis, Tennessee. Thank you for tuning in. We also want to say good evening to our folks on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube Live. Thank you for joining. Today's going to be a great show. Today we have our leaders who mentor, and they are discussing your why drives your what. So it's going to be an interesting conversation. The fellas will lead this evening / morning, and that we're going to do a deep dive into exactly what that means. Your why drives your what. I have a pretty good idea what it means, but I'm going to let the guys break it down for you. So come on in today. This is your morning reminder to drink your 16 ounces of water and take your morning medication, as well as eat your breakfast, have you something delicious to eat, and enjoy the show. Sit back, relax, and let these smooth words resonate with you. With every show, we start with positive affirmations, and we get those positive affirmations from my girl, my little sister, Mrs. Morningstar, the affirmation queen. And we do this every single show. So first, let me say good morning or good evening to Miss Morningstar. You're looking beautiful as always.
Well, you too, sister. Good morning, good evening, all that good stuff. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Hey, Vera, I see you, girl. Welcome in. Happy, where we at, y'all? Thursday. We got one more day. Come on, y'all. We can do it. One more day. We got 2 more days, but one more day for my listeners in the morning. We all got one more day. Yes. So get through it. So welcome in, everybody. We are going to do some affirmations about communication. Communication is such an important thing, a thing that most people should be able to do, but unfortunately, we find out a lot of people don't know how to communicate, right? And affirmations about communication is important because it allows you to speak more clarity and more confident when you are delivering a message or just when you're trying to connect, even connecting with yourself. It's just good to know how to do some good communication. So to improve communication, use affirmations. Affirmations like, I am a good listener, reassuring yourself that you need to take the time to listen when someone is speaking. Or I express myself with ease. My communication is a bridge, not a wall. Build assurance with yourself and empathy. What the world lacks, a lot of empathy. So let's get into it, guys. Listen, 100. I'm not gonna go through 100, but I found this article that lists 100 affirmations about communication. We're gonna do about 24 of them, okay? So, number 1, communicate with confidence and clarity. Number 2, my words reflect my intelligence and thoughtfulness. Number 3, I listen to understand, not just to respond. Number 4, I express my ideas with ease and grace. Number 5, every conversation is an opportunity to learn and grow. Number 6, I am articulate with clear in my speech and clear in my speech. Number 8, I engage in conversation with an open mind. Number 9, I am compassionate and attentive listener. I gotta get that word right. Number 10, I speak with honesty and integrity. Number 11, my words create positive impacts in others' lives. 12, I am confident in my ability to communicate effectively. 13, I approach difficult conversations with calmness and clarity. 14, I am respectful and considerate in all my communication. 15, I am an active listener in every conversation. Got to work on that one. I want to be more attentive, but we always got to work on something, right, y'all? Number 16, my words are powerful and impactful. Number 17, I express myself authentically and fearlessly. Number 18, I am adept at reading and using body language effectively. Number 19, I communicate my needs and boundaries clearly. 20, I am patient and understanding in my intention. 21, I am open to other perspectives and ideas. 22, my communication skills are constantly improving. 23, I am confident in both speaking and listening. And the last one, 24, I handle conflict with maturity and understanding. Maybe
A little bit, yeah. We're gonna work on number 24.
24, I got some work to do because when somebody comes for Miss Morningstar, I got that fire. But I try to give some folks the benefit of the doubt because they just don't know. They don't know.
Nothing beats a failure but a try. At least
there you go. See, that's why I love Kitty, because she got my back. See,
yeah, you're trying. You just gotta try, and that's halfway. You're halfway there by trying.
Yeah.
And then in some instances you don't have to try. You can just say FTP.
Or you could just cuss them out because tomorrow I ain't promise.
It's up to you. It's
I love that shirt. I gotta put that shirt back on for y'all.
Yes, it's case by case. It just depends on the situation, but at least try. Thank you so much for those positive affirmations, Mrs. Morningstar. We truly appreciate it. So let's go ahead and get into this weather. Okay, so let me tell you, up north it's cold and it's snowing. That's all I got for y'all. Okay, it's snowing and it's cold. Wrap up, bundle up. Stay inside. Holly Springs, Mississippi. Today you have a high of 52, a low of 40. Feels like temperature 47 during the day, 30 at night. Winds are out of the south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Rain chances about 6%. Humidity is moderate during the day, high at night, and air quality is fair. Memphis, Tennessee. Temperature today is 61 degrees. It's a little warmer today. Low of 33, feels like temperature 52 during the day, 33 at night. Winds out of the north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Rain chances about 6% as well. Humidity is high all day, and air quality is fair. Hot Houston, because I'm going to call you hot because you've been warming up these last few days, and I don't appreciate it. High today of 68, a low of 56. Feels like temperature 67 during the day, 44 at night. We can't rock our boots like we want to because it is hot weather. I'm just saying, I can still put on sandals and flip-flops and all that good jazz. Winds are out of the southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Rain chances about 2%. Humidity is moderate during the day, very high afternoon and at night, and air quality is fair. That is your weather for today. Remember, up north, bundle up. That's all I got for you. You guys bundle up. It's cold and it's snowing. Yeah. I don't want any parts of that. So again, that is your weather. Enjoy it. Get out there and enjoy it. Get some sun. If the sun comes out, go out there and bask in the sun. Okay, let's get into some news that we can use. Let me say this. Miami, come to the front of the room. Come to the front of the room, Miami. Let me break it down. First Democratic mayor in 30 years, Eileen Higgins. Congratulations, girl. We see you, baby. 30 years. Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Everyone that went out there and voted. We see y'all. At this point, it's really evident. And you know who else sees you? Them Republicans and that man with them black hands and them swollen ankles.
Can I just say something? Can I plead with Florida? Can I say a plea to Florida? Please, Florida, turn blue. Get yourselves together. I love the Florida water, okay? And I haven't been, and that is one of my favorite vacation spots, is to come to Florida. And I ain't been, and I'm having withdrawal from the ocean, the beautiful water that y'all have in Miami, particularly, okay?
Clearwater as well. Clearwater, Florida.
Clearwater is beautiful.
So is Destin.
Destin.
Absolutely.
Florida, get it together. And I see y'all
vacation.
Y'all nipping that because Miami has been a Republican city for a long time.
It's been red for 30 years.
30 years. So I'm proud of y'all.
Very proud, very happy to see this happen. But hold on, hold your beer. Georgia said, hold on, I got something to say as well.
I got something to say.
State House District 121 in Georgia. Eric Geisler, I think it's Geisler. I want to say congratulations to you as well. You took that seat. You know who's upset? That man with the black hands. So another round of applause for you as well. We are happy to see it. It is so needed. I think America is waking up.
What you think? You think so? A little bit at a time. The awakening is happening.
Peeking their eyes up.
It seems it's starting with the Republican Party.
Oh, they fighting. The girls are fighting.
They are having a girl fight all throughout the entire GOP right now. It's ugly. I love watching it though.
I do too. I want to scream World Star. So bad.
Have my cell phone out like.
Okay, watching it. Did y'all see Marjorie Trader Green, MTG, Three Toes, in that interview where the reporter was asking her basically to take accountability of all the ugliness that she has done over the years. This is how you know she hasn't changed. She could not. And instead she attacked the reporter. Who does that sound like, Frumpy? So anybody that's trying to give Marjorie Three Toes, Big 6B, bad built, any benefit of the doubt.
Wide back.
The fact that she couldn't take accountability and just simply say, you know what, you're right. I'm sorry. I behaved that way. I apologize for all that I've hurt. I am now on the receiving end, so I know what it feels like to be hackled and threatened and death threats, F1 in the comments, please, and all of that jazz. Now I know what it feels like. But she couldn't even do that. Instead, she attacked the reporter. That's how we know she ain't changed, baby. You just got
dogs never change, baby. I mean, it is what it is. She just butt hurt right now because you know her dear leader, as my brother Zeus calls. I love when Zeus say that. He'd be like, "Your dear leader." You know, he basically showed you what you meant to him. Absolutely nothing. We've been trying to tell y'all this, that he don't like none of y'all for real. None of y'all. Only person he like is him, me, myself, and I. Y'all remember that song? That's all he care about. He don't care about none of y'all. All of y'all can get it. To the sharks, he will feed you.
Yeah, he will if he knows where he's at, because he don't know what day it is most days. I
Baby,
saw a video of him today, and it was just like, sir, somebody go put grandpa back to bed, please.
the dementia is strongly
The
kicking.
dementia, the
Whoa,
dementia is winning, baby. The dementia is
dementia
not
is winning.
playing.
Yes, it's winning.
Oh
Absolutely,
well, oh
it's winning.
well. You know, at this point, you get what you get, and you don't have a fit.
Yeah, because you notice towards the end of life with the dementia, they start to get very, very mean and very aggressive and say things just. What do you say? Kool-Aid. Just yell out stuff. Blurt out stuff. Black lives don't matter.
One
Black
plus
people,
one plus one equals Kool-Aid.
black people, scammers.
You
Black
know,
people. You know they know all about that.
they do.
It's like Tourette syndrome.
Speaking of scammers, you know, I noticed that he keeps going after people for mortgage fraud. So are you telling on yourself?
He is. He is.
Telling on himself.
It's kind of like he having in the brain because of the dementia is starting to like flip, and he's thinking about all the criminal activity he's done in his entirety of life, and now he's pushing it out, saying that the people who has called him out publicly for his for his crimes, now he's saying it's them that's doing it because
Of course.
the dementia won't allow him to take accountability.
I think it's too hard for them to
It's a
say out
beautiful thing
loud.
to watch with him. It's beautiful to watch with
Yeah.
him.
You know, I have never wanted anything more than to wake up and not have to deal with that ever again. I got my outfit picked out. I'm wearing red. What y'all wearing? What color
I
y'all wearing?
like red. That's my favorite color, so I might
I'm
have
wearing
to go
red.
with you, sir.
Okay, well, let's get into some news. Okay, so fathers would pay 50% of pregnancy expenses under bill proposed by Iowa GOP lawmaker. That sounds about right. Since y'all want all these women to have all these kids, and it doesn't sound like the fathers have any type of accountability or responsibility. Since y'all want that so bad, I think that, it's a good idea. I don't know if it'll pass.
I say go half. What? I
Go
mean,
half.
you're going half on a baby. It's a song for that.
R. Kelly, even
Another
though
a
we don't
Predator
really,
made that song, but
yeah,
I'm just saying it's a song for that. Y'all go half.
go half. Since y'all want everybody to carry all these childrens, and I don't know where y'all think the money's gonna come from. Y'all need to go ahead, sirs. Go ahead and go half. Since they want all these kids. Now let's see if it actually passes, because there's a pattern of, nothing actually ever happens to the men. If you think about it, prescription drugs, when it comes to the little blue pills that they need, that's covered by insurance.
Yeah.
But Plan B is not.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Vasectomies are covered by insurance.
Mm.
Hysterectomies are as well, but yeah, go half. Women's bodies have been under attack. Men should go ahead and pay half before
And,
the child is born.
and don't they put like strict stipulations on women who want to get a hysterectomy? They won't let you just go in and say,
No.
or want their tubes tied or anything like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah. Number one, if you're married, you have to get the approval. Get this, the approval of your husband. Your husband has to sign off on you getting a hysterectomy or your tubes tied. That is insane. If you have less than 2 kids, they don't want to do it. How are you going to tell us, this is my body? Nobody else is
We the incubators.
moving. That's it.
Our organs get moved every which way but straight. Because we carry humans. Okay. Try that. Try it, men. Try carrying a human.
So this mandate
How'd that go?
requires that payments be requested by the mother before fathers are obligated to pay, excluding abortion costs, of course. Henson claims that holding fathers accountable for pregnancy expenses reinforces responsibility for both parents, as it should. I'd never thought I'd agree with the GOP ever, but this I can't actually get behind. They should pay half during the pregnancy, not after the baby is born. Those doctor visits, sir, come off half.
I agree. I agree with that one.
Prenatal care, you need to come off half. Her having to change her entire wardrobe, including shoes, half. I think it's a great idea. Although, I'd never vote for him because he is a thug and never. But
thug looking.
Yes, but if you want to do anything, if you're going to force women to have babies, these men need to pay half while the woman is pregnant, not after the baby's born. Anywho, I found that interesting. Did you want to go ahead and hit us?
Yeah, we can. So the judge blocks Trump's National Guard deployment in LA with sharp rebuke. So the Trump administration must end its deployment of the National Guard in Los Angeles and return control of the troops to the state, according to a ruling by U.S. District Judge Charles Breyer in San Francisco. Judge Breyer granted a preliminary injunction to California officials who oppose President Trump's use of state troops since June against Gavin Newsom. We know it was against Gavin Newsom. And in the latest ruling, it's a series of legal setbacks for Trump's administration. That's why I say the GOP is crumbling, guys. They are definitely crumbling. I mean, although we see small wins with his SCOTUS, aka, white supremacists, judges, but he is definitely losing more than winning. So, they are tied up in legal battles everywhere you turn. The number that says after Trump seized control of California's National Guard and sent more than 4,000 troops to the city, that number has since dropped to around 100. But the administration has sought to extend the federalization of state guards several times, most recent until February, saying it's still necessary. What you gonna do with 100 troops in big old California?
Nothing.
Stop playing.
Waste taxpayer.
You just wasting, just like, you wasted time. You wasted time with everybody's time. You got somebody unalived, playing with these kids' lives. It's just ridiculous. So yeah, I'm glad that's coming to an end, and I'm sick of them. Most of y'all heard, I don't know if you did or not, he was in Pennsylvania doing his dementia thing. He thought he was still campaigning, so he did a rally. He did a whole rally.
Man, it's so
Did you see how when he talk, his head,
any day now, y'all,
his head is turned to the side. He get real into it because he thinks like, in his mind, he is a strong man standing on that stage, delivering the brightest speech you can ever think of a person could deliver. This is what he thinks. So he was fact-checked by Political on his interview. First thing he said was
a lie.
President Trump, it was a lie. Speech. He said that he received the worst economy ever.
Another lie. This man just
from
lied.
President Biden. But to fact check that, they talked about how he actually inherited a very low economy. I think it was 3%.
Better than it is now.
Yeah, and since then it has increased. Jobs lost. Job numbers were so bad last month, he didn't even want them to be reported. I'm just saying.
The Great Depression.
The dementia is kicking in.
Great Depression, it's coming. Great Depression loading.
Yeah.
Then
he also attacked the governor, Omar. She's a senator? She's a governor.
Omar?
Yeah, Omar, yeah. Congresswoman, what's her name? Elihan Omar. Yeah, he launched an attack against her. He's put a whole bunch of lies out, inflammatory things, saying that she married her brother. She's a rep. Okay, she's a senator.
Yeah,
Okay,
she's a rep.
she's a senator. I'm sorry. What's his name? Is the governor? Who? Walz, Tim Walz. Okay, she's the senator. Just lying. She married to her brother. She's this. She needs to be sent back to Somalia. Blah blah blah. Just vicious attacks against her. All fact checked. Lies. Says she's an illegal immigrant. She's not. They do an extensive background check on people who want to be a senator. You have to go through an extensive background check. They check your life.
They do.
I don't think she would have got to be nominated and elected as the senator if
she was married. She was
married to her brother.
People are insane.
Insane in the membrane. And the sad part is he was insulting the Somalians so bad, like just talking down. He's like, who's in the room? Who's a Somalian that's here? These people supported you overwhelmingly.
Well, I have a feeling about that. Why would you support somebody who is a known racist? And my only thought process to all of it is you get what you get, you don't have a fit. We try to tell you. But
back then,
vote for the black woman.
Back then they weren't black, Kitty. They was just Muslim.
They were just Muslim.
But if you think about them now, and when they speak now they're like, oh, Trump's attacking the black community. What?
Don't bring us in it.
What?
Don't bring us in it. Don't bring us in it now. When you're under attack, do not include us because we voted for the black woman. I heard one of them say, I will vote for Satan. Well, you did. You voted for Satan. And now Satan is giving you exactly what you voted for. I don't want to hear it. Hush your mouth. Here.
Zip it.
Here. I don't want to hear it. Here. Wipe your face. Don't say nothing else. You had every opportunity to vote and have a better life. But this is the life you chose. So pack light. Pack light, man. Let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break, Ms. Morningstar. I did want to bring up 2 more articles really quick, but let's take a quick commercial break.
All right.
You are listening to Our Plugs, the community connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We'll be right back.
Why advertise with Our Plugs, LLC? What do you get? Radio promotion. Perfect for online businesses. YouTube promotion. Customers can view your commercial. TikTok promo. Gain followers and showcase product. Follow us on all platforms. YouTube and TikTok. Our Plugs, LLC. www.ourplugs.com.
This fall, step into style that has bold and beautiful as the season itself. From cozy layers, statement pieces, Morningstar Boutique has everything to meet your needs. Affordable fashion meets everyday elegance. This season, it's your time to shine.
And I'd like you to do one more thing for me. Hold up 2 fingers. This is you, and this is me, and the space that exists between us should be filled with value.
Equal, a global human initiative, and its value identity model are the outcomes of that day. The outcome that Prince, the revolution, and George Floyd produced.
At Lovership Apparel, we believe fashion is more than clothing. It's a statement of self-love, confidence, and authenticity. From our signature beautiful hoodies to our versatile everyday wear, every piece is designed to inspire you to embrace who you truly are. Whether you're at home or on the go, making moves in the world, Lovership Apparel lets you show up boldly and comfortably. Shop the collection today at www.lovershipapparel.com or find us on ourplugs.com. Lovership Apparel, where love meets style.
Welcome to Compassion Counseling and Training Services, LLC, where healing takes flight. I am Nicole Wiley, licensed independent clinical social worker, and we empower children, individuals, families, and couples through individualized therapy via telehealth. Using evidence-based approaches like CBT and mindfulness, we help clients build resilience and rediscover their wings. If you're ready to begin your journey, visit CompassionCounselingandTrainingServices.com.
Welcome to a world that sparkles. Sparkle Kicks LLC is your one-stop shop for a wide variety of customized items. So bling out your Crocs, customize that cutting board, get you custom dominoes. Stop by and we will customize your order today. We can be found on Etsy and Our Plugs LLC. I'll be waiting to customize your order. All you need to do is place it.
And we are back. You're listening to Our Plugs, a community connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. So I really wanted to touch base on Kamala Harris. So, our girl is out touring and she's, doing her book promotion of 107 Days. And I of course, listened to the book. It was amazing. She gave us nuggets. She gave us some behind the scenes drama, so to speak, and I love the book. I may listen to it again over the holiday when I don't have anything else going on. But she did a New York Times piece. It was released this past Tuesday. And she said she's a historic figure like any vice president and predicted a mark in U.S. Congress. So, everyone every Democrat that's winning, she's actually picking up the phone and having conversations with them. She is working behind the scenes to ensure that we take back the House and the Senate and we get a real president in there. Ooh, the feedback. Not a president who is going to get on stage and act like he's still at a rally, get on stage and talk about nonsense. The man is, y'all, every one of us know older people. And this is not a dig at all to our elders because we are all going to age. Every last one of us, if we're lucky, we will age because the alternative is what? Death. Okay. But just like everybody else, at a certain age, you need to go sit down somewhere and go and enjoy your family. Go and enjoy the life that you created. You've worked all your life. Go and enjoy it. All those 40 some odd representative, or I'm going to say congressmen and women who are debating whether or not they're going to retire. Look, it is a new day and age. It is time for some new blood. It's time for some younger folks to come in and do the job. You've done your job. I don't know how effective you've been because Jim Jordan hasn't passed one single lick of legislation. He hasn't even introduced a single bill, and he's been in Congress way too long. But I say that to say this: as you age, go and enjoy that. Decide to step out, and that's exactly what most of them need to do. And bring in some people who aren't fighting to destroy this country and allowing this man who obviously has dementia to do the same. Go ahead, Ms. Morningstar. I just wanted to bring that article up because I wanted to remind everybody that Kamala is she still around?
It's important to know that Vice President Harris is still doing the work, regardless. Absolutely. Even though she is a citizen, she's doing her book tour. She's still very much involved in the political spectrum in the process and trying to save this country. Even though she told y'all, and she could have took the low, she could have went low and said, "I told y'all," and turned her back and kept moving on with her life. But I respect her even more because she is a woman of her word. And that's
Yeah.
what's important. When you are a person of your word and you are a woman of your word, you are going to continue fighting. You're not going to just bow down. We can't bow down to a dictator. We can't.
No.
We can't do it.
And she should enjoy herself. She should enjoy herself and do her book tour. And when she's ready to come on back, we are ready to vote her in.
Yeah. I just wanted to touch on this, and we can bring the fellas up. Deadly wild mushroom raised health alarms across California, and maybe our brother Reggie could speak on this a little bit when he comes up, because that is his home state. But it's wild mushrooms are causing serious health problems in California, with one death and several cases of severe liver damage reported, officials warning that even experienced foggers can easily confuse toxic mushrooms with edible varieties. So, Callie, listen up. Leave that stuff alone. If it don't look right, it probably ain't right. Is mushrooms growing? Hey.
I eat mushrooms out of the grocery store.
Right.
I don't eat mushrooms off the side of the road.
They call them death cap mushrooms.
Yeah, because they'll unalive you.
Yeah. Deadly toxins. Yeah.
A lot of people.
Apparently this is a growing problem in California. It's raising a high alert. Symptoms of poisoning can appear within 24 hours. Nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and stomach pains. Even the initial symptoms pass, serious liver damage can develop later.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So yeah, that's all I wanted. I can go ahead and bring guys up.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Bring our leaders who lead up to the stage.
Hello.
Hey, brothers.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How you guys
Good morning,
doing?
How y'all doing?
Good morning and good evening. I'm following your lead, Miss Morningstar and DJ Kitty. You're covering all the bases. Happy holidays, everyone.
Absolutely.
Happy holidays.
So today's topic, leaders who mentor, your why drives your what. And I can speculate on what that means, but I'm not going to. I'm going to let our brothers take the lead. I'm going to go ahead and go on mute, and I'm going to listen and learn. Good evening, Reggie. Good evening, DC. You got the floor.
Thank you. DJ Kitty. And Miss Morningstar, I know nothing about those mushrooms, and based on the name, if I see anything that resembles what that sounded like, I'm running in the other direction. You know us. It's like we're the ones who watch the scary movies and tell them, don't go in there.
We ain't about to fool with y'all and y'all mushrooms growing from wildly. Who gonna pull over and be like,
that don't even sound right.
Oh my goodness.
So stay safe, y'all. Yeah, this is the first I've heard of it, and I'm sure it'll be the last that I hear of it, because I'm not going out there looking for none of it. But no, just your why drives your what. It's just really about, not to over explain it or to mystify it, but it's just about changing our perception. Our internal conversations become our external experiences and our reality. And so I just think that, at this time of the year where the year is winding down, I lost a couple of dear friends that I've basically shared and put in over like 40 years of time with just here in the last couple of months. And so it just kind of brings things into sharp focus, and it kind of makes you think about what really matters, right? What's really important. And so I think that, we should really take a moment to just kind of re-examine what are the conversations that we're having with ourselves? What is the story what are you telling yourself about you? Because that directly impacts, that directly drives,
how you experience the things that happen to you. And it also shapes your reality. It's like, a simple example that I always go to, and I think this is one that you like, Miss Morningstar, is I talk about the restaurant. And, you place your order. And when you place your order, when you say those words, at the moment, nothing is in front of you. But after a while, your words are formed into physical. Yeah, they take on a physical form, and that physical form is brought back to the table and placed in front of you for you to experience. So, again, the stories that we're telling ourselves, the conversations that we're having ourselves about who we are in secret, they show up.
I agree. They do. They always do. What you say, DC?
Yeah, I mean, I hear exactly what Reggie is saying. I think one of the quintessential points for anyone is to never let someone else place a value on you. You
Mm-hmm.
have to know your own self worth. It's kind of the irony of this conversation is I had a conversation with my son, my youngest son, before we went on air, and we just explaining to him, say, man, it was a rough week this week, and embarking upon the holidays, and my company, fortunately, it is still a company that gives out Christmas bonuses. And immediately when those bonuses went out, I started getting phone calls because people didn't feel that they were adequately appreciated,
Mm,
and that's a monetary value. And so I'm trying to explain to people um, that sometimes a corporation doesn't see your value; they just
right.
see you as a number. So you can't equate the dollar amount to your true value. I'm telling you now that you have value. You have value to me. And
Mm-hmm.
when you use a scale of, let's just say, a bonus program where there's no real merit to it, where you're
Right.
getting it via longevity, there's no true appreciation for that person. So you can have someone that's been on the job for 20 years and not worth 5 cents. And you can have someone that started 2 weeks ago and they changed the dynamic of the whole deal. So just in explaining, you have to understand that your value may not be viewed by everyone. You have to have your own ability to self-value yourself and know what you're worth.
It's interesting that you said that, DC, because I spoke to DJ Kitty yesterday. I had, it's that time of the year where you're doing evaluations to close out your staff and get them prepared to end fiscal year. Well, fiscal year ended, but to get them ready for the new year. But usually in past administrations, we weren't under such scrutiny. And with this last evaluation, a lot of the staff were upset or concerned because their value wasn't being appreciated any longer. Well, they felt that their value wasn't being appreciated.
Right,
All the work they put in for the whole year, which I value their work and I always
right,
speak to it highly. But when it went off to another department to evaluate, they send it back to me like, well, you have to give us some tangible data. You have to give us something to show us that they actually went above the scale of scope of their position, which was it had two streets to it. It was fair, but it was still unfair to try to change the trajectory of them receiving their
right,
bonuses. And that's what
Right.
happened because this
right,
administration put in some harsh, strict rules purposefully to
Mm-hmm.
intentionally hurt people. And what I
Mm-hmm.
had to explain to my staff was you have to be accountable for what you do. So everything you
right,
do through the year, you have to jot it down. You have to write it down.
Right.
You have to come
Documented.
yeah, you have to come up with plans. You see something wrong going within your service line, you have to take the initiative to be the forerunner, the person to come up with a solution to solve the problem, because nobody gonna give you nothing. It's always something for nothing. I mean, something for something, and they're not gonna just give you the money. Maybe in past administrations it was a little easier, but this one here, they want people out. So yeah, I mean, people have to understand their value, know your value, put it down, put it tangible where people can see it, the picture, touch it, understand it, see the change that you've made. Don't just say, well, what about when I did this? And what, I mean, that's just words. And it's
Right.
important for people to focus on themselves to show what drives you in this statement. Why drives your what? Why did I do this? Because you wanted something. You wanted to show who you were and what you could do. So yeah, I just wanted to share that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, Miss Morningstar. And to your point, just regarding in the workplace, I think it's important to journal. And I'm hearing a little bit of feedback. I don't know if that's me.
I'm gonna go on mute so you can go.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's important to journal because, again, that way you're not having to go back and to kind of try to remember what you did. Even if it's just a couple of lines every day, to just highlight what you did, and that's your living record going forward, your daily record going forward of what you accomplished. And again, those journal entries are data, okay? Because companies measure merit, bonuses, pay raises, increases, all that stuff based on data. And so, be your own advocate, be your own attorney, be your own representative. If the company isn't recognizing in a data format what you're doing, create your own data and say, okay, since you are not putting it, since you're not recognizing it, or since you're acting like, we're not having an impact, here's the year of everything that I've done and accomplished on all of my projects. These are all the solutions I came up with. And then what are they going to come back with? They have to have a conversation with you.
In a former life, I actually had to manage my team exactly that way. We would have a one-on-one. And in that one-on-one, we identified what their deliverables were for that quarter. And they had KPIs, key performance initiatives or incentives. And those metrics is how we actually decided how your raises were done, if you actually received the bonus. In this day and age, you cannot wait on someone else to give you accolades and to notice what you've done.
Right.
It's up to you to track your progress. You leaving it up to someone else to say, oh yeah, you this person, Miss Morningstar, she does XYZ. Well, DJ Kitty has 9 other employees. I can't keep up with everyone's progress. So you take the initiative yourself. It's just like beefing up your resume. Every quarter you should actually take a look at your resume and put on your resume what you've done the previous quarter and send your resume out. I'm gonna give y'all a tip. Unless you are in senior management and you are locked in, every 5 to 7 years, you should be looking for another opportunity. Because if you don't, you are stuck at that pay rate right there. And every 5 to 7 years, salaries change and they increase based on cost of living. So they increase. So you'll have someone, you've been working at this company for 20 years and you're making X amount of dollars, but somebody can come right in off the street and make $15,000, $20,000 more than you.
More, exactly.
So it's up to you to say, you know what? And I do this all the time. Every quarter, I am updating my resume because every quarter I'm doing something different. And if I'm not doing something different, I speak on what I did do in the past. And if you have any questions about how should I word it, type it out, put it in ChatGPT. It'll give you some answers, or find you an AI system that you like, and it'll give you the answers that you need to beef up your resume. But I just want everybody, if you're waiting for a why from your employer, you will be waiting for forever. And that is the honest to God, especially in the private sector. Now, government, I've never worked for the government, but the private sector, baby, please.
Yeah, yeah, you have to stay on the move. I think, just to the topic, I want people to feel valued. I do. Um, Being an executive level person, within my company, something that I do daily is I walk the floor. Is I First thing I do, go to my office, drop my stuff, then I walk the floor. You know, how are you today? How's things going? Is there anything you need? Anything you need me to help you assist get? When you have an executive level person come up to you and ask you those types of questions, you'll be surprised. Especially when you make yourself approachable. Um, the information that you'll get from those people, things they normally wouldn't say, they're more free willing to say it to you because they feel that they can trust you. So you have to make yourself approachable. I mean, all the way down to the janitor. The janitor comes in my office at least once a day and gives me a fist bump, just because. I want him to feel that he can have that access if that's what he needs to feel fulfilled and know that I appreciate everything that he's doing, or hear that accolade, daily, weekly, whatever he needs to fulfill his why. Why am I here? Why am I doing this? Then I'm willing to give them that. I'll give them what I can give them. I mean, I think everybody is seeking fulfillment, but in the same token, you have to know your why. You have to know why you're doing what you're doing and understand that you may not be appreciated, but do you compromise your ethics, for that selfish reason? Because so many other people are impacted, so I don't know. It's deep. It's deep. I mean, we're in such a troubled time, such a troubled time, and just to share some personal, my sister called me today and said, she's working government, and she said that, rumor is that they're gonna push more people out and, make them contractors, 1099 contractors. And I was like, well, what does that do for your benefits? What does that do for your health care? There's a whole lot of questions when people are making these life altering decisions and not have you be a part of that decision making tree, or at least have the common courtesy to sit down and talk to you. So now you're conflicted. Do I stay? Do I stick around and see the ball drop? Or do I start like DJ Kitty said, fulfilling my self prophecy, because I got to make moves. I can't sit here and wait for y'all to do what y'all got to do. I got a family to take care of. So it's just, like I said, it's so impactful, how one person can come into a situation and just upset the entire sphere of how things work.
That's such a true statement. Oh my goodness. One person, and I'm experiencing right now. Well, we all are with the man with the black hands, but in my personal life, I'm experiencing that one person can come in and disrupt the flow. And that flow, it's up to you whether or not you're going to stick around and go with the flow, or if you're going to say, you know what?
Time to go.
Time for me to go.
Right.
We need to take a quick commercial break, folks. But Reggie, we're going to start back with you as soon as we come back. You are listening to Our Plugs, a community connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, yes, this is my nonprofit, Carter's Caring Hands. And what my nonprofit does, we give fresh food boxes to those families in need that's struggling to keep food on their tables. We also go out into the unhoused community give out care bags here in the Kalamazoo, Michigan area. So if you'd like to donate to the cause, please go to www.carterscaringhands.com and donate whatever you can, so we together can uplift those families that are struggling to keep food on their tables. Highly appreciated. God bless.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ashley Middleton, life and executive leadership coach and owner of Radiate Coaching and Development, where we provide transformational, strength-based coaching and mentorship. My goal specifically is to support you in identifying your mission, your vision, and your values that help you take your power back as you are building your career. Whether it's within or outside of the corporate world, my goal is to really empower you in making decisions that work well for you. So if you want to reach out to me, by all means, you can email me at radiate@midspiration.com or check out my website at radiatecoaching.com.
Why advertise with Our Plugs, LLC? What do you get? Radio promotion. Perfect for online businesses. YouTube promotion. Customers can view your commercial. TikTok promo. Gain followers and showcase product. Follow us on all platforms, YouTube and TikTok. Our Plugs, LLC. www.ourplugs.com.
And we are back. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We left off speaking with the subject today is your why drives your what. And I'm going to turn it over to Reggie. Go ahead, Reggie.
Yeah, I'd just like to interject. The conversation got so good, and thank you for bringing up the points that you brought up, DC and DJ Kitty. But let me just kind of help to kind of shape this, because everything that we're talking about on today's show is about perception, right? And there are no common courtesies in the jungle.
Amen.
I'm just letting the silence sit for a minute so that can sink in. There are no common courtesies in the jungle. Okay. And although we are at the top of the hierarchy, at our basic core, we are animals. And this is what I share with my sons all the time, is that there is a romantic version of life, and then there is the reality. The romantic version is that, okay, because you're my dad, because you're my mom, you're supposed to take care of me. Because you're my friend, you're supposed to be loyal and never, disrespect me or betray me. Because you're my teacher, you're never supposed to, violate my personal space. There are all of these, the parents are supposed to pass away before the children. All of these things that we're socialized to believe and to think. But in reality, what happens in the reality of life is that people are not paying attention to the romantic version and the story that we have been told about how life is supposed to go. What they're doing is they're just making choices. And sometimes those choices completely counteract and completely go against the narrative that we've been taught, that we've been told, that we've been sold. And so, to your point, DJ Kitty, and to the point that you brought up, Brother Darrell, it's like companies they're more of, they have more of a jungle mentality. It's like eat or be eaten, right? Sink or swim, right? And so they're not thinking about you as a priority. They're thinking about their bottom line, and whatever they need to do to advance their agenda. It's like, so, here's another perception. Who feeds you? How do you eat? You. Who gives you, hydration? You. So who is going to be the best person to take care of you? Is you. So again, to DJ Kitty's point, there are shifts in the market. You can't wait on a company to just, and I'm so happy that you do that, Brother Darrell. You walk around and you let, your employees feel seen. You allow them to feel, you allow them to feel heard. And that is so important in opening the doors to connection and relationship. But who think about that? The vast majority of managers, the vast majority of they're more like A-type personalities. They're like Donald Trump. They're all about themselves. And so, again, the whole point of this kind of subject today is about, again, what are the internal conversations that you're having with yourself, ensuring that you're doing everything that you need to do for yourself internally to make sure that the experiences and the encounters that you have in the world around you, that you can enjoy them, because life is so short. Like I said, I lost two friends of mine that I have known for over 40 years, just in the last few months, and it's like, it's just, we can't take what we accumulate with us. All we have is, the time that we're given, and what we leave is how we made people feel, the memories, how people remember us, and so I think I think around this time of year, I'm always sort of reflective. And so, yeah, I just think it's really important to, and if how you're perceiving yourself, if the conversations that you're having with yourself are not in the best light, change those conversations. Change those conversations. I was telling a young lady today, we were just kind of chatting, and she was talking about school and universities, and I said, who doesn't have a degree? And I said, who's never attended a university? And she said, who? I said, Mother Nature. And she laughed. And I said, but Mother Nature has produced all the trailblazers, all the icons, and all the geniuses that have ever existed.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You're so right, Reggie. And I want people to take from this conversation that your why drives your what. In my mind, the why is what makes you happy.
Mm-hmm.
Getting up, going to any job, or being in a situation where you're unhappy, that is the worst type of why. Because what's the end result? You're dealing with stress.
More unhappiness. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're dealing with the fact that you're spending hours in a place and in a position that you're unhappy with. So, like you said, if you don't like it, change the narrative. We're embarking onto a new year, and in this new year, sometimes you just got to cut the cord. 2025 has been tough.
Roller coaster.
Oh my goodness. This has been a
roller coaster.
year. I thought it was hard when my daddy passed. I thought it was hard when my mama passed. This year right here has kicked me and my family in the teeth.
It's a test.
It's been exhausting. It's been exhausting.
With you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think that we have to really start. Kitty, was you done? Was you still going?
I was just going to tell Reggie my deepest condolences to you on the passing of your friend.
Absolutely.
My heart
I'd just like to thank you, DJ Kitty, just to give him a shout out. Many of you may know of him, but not maybe know who he is. But Jelly Bean Johnson, he is actually he created the band that ended up becoming Morris Day and the Time.
Right.
Yeah.
So Jelly Bean Johnson, yeah. I mean, I'm talking about platinum records, touring the world, all kinds of success. But if you saw him on the street, you would never know that he had any of those accolades, because he was always so humble, so sweet, so, like to your point, Brother Daryl, so approachable. If you saw him in line, he'd be like, coming up to the, just always just the same. I mean, and the things that he taught me, the ways that he mentored me, the doors that he opened for me, just again, what he leaves behind is, how he made me feel, the impact that he had on my life. And so I am actually currently trying to I'm working with the Grammy Association to try to get him as to be one of the mentions during the In Remembrance of during this year's Grammys. because
That's good.
he's an
That's
icon.
sweet.
He's an icon in his own right.
And
Well,
I'm sure you've heard Reggie, one of my favorite artists who's affiliated, Alexander O'Neill. He and
Yes,
his
yes,
wife experienced a tragedy this week,
yeah.
where they were
Fire in their
actually,
apartment.
yeah, they were burned out of their home.
Yeah.
You know,
And wasn't
so
his wife injured in the fire?
I'm not sure, Miss Morningstar. I'm not sure, but
I want to say I read something that she had to be rushed to the hospital, but that's
wow,
all.
Yeah, they both. Yeah,
awful.
yeah,
I
and
saw
just
him in Houston, like I'm sorry, over the
no,
summer.
that's a
He did for Juneteenth. He did
oh
a
hmm
nice,
concert in the park on
oh
June.
nice,
Mm-hmm.
And
And
shout out to
nice.
Mississippi. Shout out to Mississippi because that's where he's from.
That's where he's
He's
from.
from,
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah.
And I
I'm a
mean,
diehard O'Neal fan.
me too.
yeah, yeah. As we all, I heard I heard him and Sherelle's song that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday,
Yeah.
Saturday, love the other day. But actually, to give you a little bit of history, Alexander O'Neill was actually supposed to be the lead singer of the time.
Was he?
Yes.
Yeah,
And then him and Prince had they had a little bit of a disagreement there, and Prince ended up,
firing him. Yeah,
replacing him with Morris
yeah.
Day, and that ended up being, yeah. So, but yeah,
Wow.
it was Jelly Bean's band. Prince went to Jelly Bean, was like, "Hey man, I'd like to do something. You guys are tight. I'd like to." And so it's essentially Prince and Jelly Bean who are responsible for all the stuff that came out of Minneapolis,
Wow.
Minneapolis
the
sound.
That's
Minneapolis
so,
sound. Yeah.
that is so good. I love, well,
Hmm.
we all do. We all
Yeah.
love Prince. I am a
Yes.
huge
Ooh.
Alexander O'Neill fan. I saw
hmm
him a couple years ago. Still sounds good.
Sound the
Still sounds
same.
the
Yeah.
same.
Hmm.
Yeah. I think I listen to Alexander O'Neill at least once a week. He just,
Wow.
he's got,
Wow.
he's
Was
got,
Prince and Morris Day cousins?
You know what?
you can double check.
Let me double
Yeah.
check. That could be the
Mm-hmm.
case, but let me not speak ahead. Yeah.
Okay. I'm telling you, the
But
culture is so thick, and
it
just
is.
it's so thick, and that it just leads like to our whole conversation about how you can impact, how we can preach this. We have things to tangible to tell our kids now that are coming into young adulthood about these important affirmations, these important things that happen, and how these people achieve these goals, not just sitting up
Hmm.
doing the basic work. They went above and beyond
Exactly.
Absolutely.
to prove themselves of who they were. And people remember that. You can come to work every day and do your job and be fully successful. I mean, hey, you're just doing the basics.
Right.
Don't expect more money.
Accolades. Hmm.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
expect praises because you came to work and you said and you did what you were supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do.
Hmm.
It gets real into the meat and potatoes when you start coming up with things to improve the organization,
Right.
to eventually move into a field where, like Kitty said, after about 4 or 5 years, it's time to move on. It's time to
Right.
take
Because there's shifts in the
those
industry.
right. It's trying to shift. You have to shift
Hmm.
into the
Hmm.
mindset of it's time to take all those them things you learn and develop something on your own, or take it to another and become the boss or become the
Hmm.
person that they
Right.
need it for that company.
Hmm.
These are tangible things that are easily earned. We just got to do it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If you
Yeah. I
know
mean,
money, I know you do.
yeah.
Go ahead,
I,
Cece.
I'm sorry. Yeah, and I think the beauty of the why, what's your why? It changes. I mean, I'm just sitting here thinking about it, and I can remember as a young man, my why was, career driven. Why?
Hmm.
To get to the what? The what
Hmm.
was a comfortable lifestyle. But
Exactly.
now my why has turned. My why has turned more to service than more of a selfless deal, versus, you know, I mean, I'm ready to walk out the door as far as working goes, but if I can be impactful to something or someone, I want to do that. I want to leave that legacy that I wasn't a selfish person. I'm more interested in, I guess my why now is my legacy.
Exactly.
What did I leave in the rearview mirror? Was I a good person? Was he selfish? Was he egotistical? You know, I don't want to have any of those names associated with me.
Right.
You know, I got a call. My best friend's mom had a heart issue. She had to be rushed to the hospital. And I felt it necessary, because he had a severe stroke 2 years ago and he's like in a vegetative state. And she's been taking care of him at 80 years old. And
Mm.
I felt like she needed to know that what she's doing at 80 years old, it needs, I mean, that's her son, of course. She's gonna do what she can. But somebody give her flowers while she's
Now.
here, you
Now.
know. And I felt it necessary for her to know how much I love and appreciate what she's doing for her son. You know, it's not something anybody plans on. So
Exactly.
her why went from I'm a retired, senior citizen to now I'm a caretaker. I'm
Mm-hmm.
a conservator. You know,
Mm-hmm.
no, like you said, Reggie, nobody plans on that. Those little ripples in the water, the butterfly effect, one small thing can change everything.
And let me just say this to add on to what you just said, Brother Daryl. Um, and this is what I meant when I was talking about people are making choices, is that everything that someone does is a gift because no one is forcing them to do it.
Right.
If they say hello to you, that's a gift. If they say, you know what, good job, that's a gift. Nobody's making them do that. If you're taking care of your son at 80 years old, nobody's holding a gun to her head and saying you have to. That is a gift. So we should really look at each other and really see one another for, the things, the little things, which I consider they're just all miracles and gifts because, again, no one is forcing anyone to do the things that they're doing. They're making the choices to be a good dad, to be a good mom, to be a good brother, to be a good friend. And, I think that it is just very important that, we recognize that and that we appreciate that and that we value that. Another thing that I'd also just like to interject, a question I kind of just like to leave is, what are the reasons that you are assigning to the things that happen to you? That's another why question that I kind of, what are the whys that you're telling yourself for, okay, for this thing that happened or for that thing that happened? Are you saying, oh, it's because, I'm not intelligent or, I'm not beautiful or I'm a failure? Like, what are the reasons that you're assigning to those things? Because again, those are also narratives, that stories that we tell ourselves, negative stories that we tell ourselves that end up shaping how we experience things that we encounter, how we feel about ourselves. And I think it's so important that we change those things. Just like, for example, and I'll let someone else take it from here. When I was sharing with a young lady about nature never having a degree or never going to an Ivy League college, but she's produced the most, she's produced all the trailblazers, all the geniuses, all the icons that have ever existed. So if nature is intelligent, then what does that say about you? Because you are also nature. We all come from the earth. We are all her, and she is us. So if nature is brilliant and intelligent, so are you. Is that the story you're telling yourself about who you are?
And I think a lot of people lack that and don't realize that. Just on an anecdotal experience with an employee, when she was frustrated and speaking to me about, why she felt like she deserved what she should have deserved, her bonus or whatnot. And then her question was, well, no one ever came to me with a project. But my process to her, my response to her was, why didn't you create your own?
Exactly.
You don't just wait for people to give
To
you
feed
something,
you,
or right. Why
you
didn't
go get the food yourself.
you feed yourself?
Yes,
And it
yes.
makes sense. And I love that metaphor, Reggie, because why didn't you look at something that you saw was wrong and create something? And when I said that to her, why didn't you do it? She was quiet because she
And where's
realized
your hunger?
at that moment, I'm in charge of my own destiny and where I'm supposed to
Exactly.
be and who's going to
Exactly.
recognize my worth.
Exactly. And where's your hunger? Nobody has to, when you're hungry, nobody has to give you a pep talk and play some music. It's like your stomach,
You get in that kitchen and you cook.
your stomach, that why is driving your what, So
Yeah.
yes, it's just very important. And yeah, I just think that we should celebrate ourselves. Everybody knows by now that I'm really big on value. We should celebrate ourselves. We should see the intelligence that lives and breathes within us, the beauty that lives and breathes, because it does. Because you are nature and everything that nature is and everything that she's connected to, because she's everything. And so are you, because just like your body parts are represented as Daryl. He doesn't say, "Oh, here's my finger and here's my hand." He's like, "I'm Daryl. I'm brother Daryl," because you are the total sum of all of your parts, and the total sum of all of your parts is you. So if you are nature, then you are everything that she is, all the beauty, all the intelligence, all of the uniqueness and design. And so, tell yourself that so that you can begin to change your frequency and begin to attract things into your life experience that will bring you more happiness and joy. Because again, we only get a few minutes, you guys. And to your point, Miss Morningstar, we're the ones who are responsible for driving our own ship. And if we don't take it there, we won't get there.
That's so true, Reggie. And
Amen.
the last thing you want to do is allow somebody else to drive for you. You don't know where you're going. They'll drive you right off of a cliff.
They'll drive you
So
where they want you to go.
Right.
yes. So regardless, even if it's your, again, I even tell my employees, beef up your resume and look. Nothing
Mm-hmm.
but a try. Even though right now so many people have gotten laid off, you just never know. You
Right.
never know who's paying attention. You never know who's listening. Put it out there and put
Right.
yourself out there. No one's going to come looking for you, just
That's
like
right.
nobody's going to feed you.
Go
But
get it.
yeah, you have to make it your mission, your personal mission, to say, I'm going to get out here and do XYZ to make sure that I'm okay. If
Yep.
I don't do it, who will?
Nobody.
No one's going to do those 100 squats for you, baby. You got to do them
Yeah.
yourself.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Although
Anywho,
we wish somebody would.
I know,
baby,
that's right.
my legs hurt. We're right at the end of the show. Any last words? Thank you guys. As always, you guys come with smoke, fire,
Yeah.
come with, the knowledge. Any last words, DC?
Yeah, again, I just want to reemphasize we're 2 weeks away from Christmas. If you can, please give. With these SNAP benefits being cut off, I'm just not sure. I mean, it's just I just in my heart, I just don't want to envision a child with nothing to eat. I just don't want to do that. And last thing I'm going to say, shout out to Ziva, because Ziva been on the front line of this issue from the beginning. So I want to give her credit. Carter's carrying hands. She's out there doing the business of the people. So I just want to acknowledge her because, like I said, this is it's going to be a tough 2025 for a lot of people.
It
Wrapping
really,
it up.
it really is.
Yeah.
Thank you, DC. As always, you come with knowledge and strength, and it's so needed. Any last words, our brother Reggie?
There is never a need to search for what you already have. You are intelligent. You are beautiful. You are valuable. You are rich. Discover the rest of yourself. Discover the rest of you. That is your job.
Absolutely. Thank you, Brother Reggie. So enlightening and so needed. We truly appreciate you both. Miss Morningstar, take us home.
Oh my goodness, what a wonderful show. Thank you, brothers, for coming through today with a great conversation as always. Memphis, Tennessee, Holly, Mississippi. We love you all. Thank you for supporting us and being here. Enjoy the rest of your wonderful day, and come back tomorrow for a little Friday fun. We'll be ready, and y'all be ready too. So we'll see y'all tomorrow. Thank you, Tickety Talk, and to all our YouTube live audience. Thank you for listening in. We will see y'all tomorrow.
Yes, yes. Thank you.